All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to lesson 24-1, which I believe we call polynomial terminology. All right, so polynomial terminology, what is that? We're just going to go over a lot of words, all right? So a polynomial is, so we're just going to go straight into definitions, no learning targets. The polynomial is a single term or the sum of two or more terms with whole number powers. So the whole number powers part is really important. What does that mean? It means if we have some function, f of x, right, is equal to 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. This here is a polynomial. Alright? And what else is a polynomial, you might ask? So, we also like using p of x. Polynomial can equal to 4x minus 3. You can also have g of x equal to 7x cubed plus 8x squared plus 9x plus 10. You can also have minus signs in our polynomials. You can have like f of x is equal to negative 3x plus 2x squared minus 11x. It's anything that has like a variable or a repeating variable, and all the powers to our variables are positive. And whole numbers. We need positive whole numbers. All right. If we keep moving forward, so I'll give you guys. Hopefully, you can just rewind to go back there. We need to go over some other words, like the word coefficient. We've gone over it before. Coefficient. All right, is the numeric factor of a term. So that's just a fancy way of saying. That's just a fancy way of saying we have numbers in front of x. We have numbers in front of x. Darn it. So if we have like 3x, the coefficient, 3 is the coefficient. If you have like f of x, well, we're not going to f of x just yet, actually. But let's say you have 2x squared. No. 2x to the fourth. 2 is the coefficient. All right. So basically, the number in front of any variable. Okay. And a term. Remember, a term is anything. A term could be 4x. It could be 3. It could be 8x squared. It could be anything. Anything that you can write inside of as an expression. Let's see. What's the next thing we need to know? All right. So the next thing we need to go over is what we call the constant term. Constant term. And constant term is just a fancy way. It's a term that contains only a number. All right. So it's any number 1, 2, 55, negative 87, 428, 69, 8, and 81. Anything like that. The constant terms are just numbers, basically. And sorry about that. And constant terms are just, some basic stuff. All right. Now we're gonna go over what's. Okay. And one thing to always remember: the degree of a constant term is always 0. Okay. And you're probably wondering, what do you mean? What's a degree, Mister? You didn't teach us what a degree is. All right. So we're gonna go over degree. Degree of a term is the sum of the exponents of the variable contained in the term. I don't like that it uses the word sum, but that's what the book definition says. But in other words, let's say you have 4x squared. It's the power of the variable. So my hint would be power of the variable. Power of the variable. In this case, this is degree is 2. If we had 11x to the 7, the degree is 7. If you had 100x, the degree of this is 1. Because if you don't see a number in front of x, there's always an invisible 1. All right. And if you have just a number, just like we said before, let's say we have 35, the degree is 0. Okay? All right. We're under 7 minutes and a half, almost 8. Let's see if we can finish this off. All right. All right. Let's see. Degree of a polynomial that is very simple. The greatest degree of any term in the polynomial. All right. So let's say we have the following. Oops, wrong one. We have x squared plus 2x plus 1. All right. The degree here is 2 because of this 2 right here. All right. If we have 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1, the degree here is 3. If we have 7x squared plus 3x to the 5 plus 4x minus 7, here the degree is 5 because we're looking for the highest power. All right. That's basically it. All right. And then we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. We're almost done. We're gonna go over a little bit over 10 minutes, but we're gonna be fine. All right. So the next term we're gonna go over is standard form, and of a polynomial. All right, and basically standard form is a polynomial written in oops written in descending order of degree. What does that look like? It's pretty straightforward. Like, let's say you have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1. This is standard form. We put the highest powers first. So let's say we have 4x to the 5th plus 3x to the 4th plus 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. This is also standard form. X plus 1 is also standard form. X plus 1 is standard form, comma. But 1 plus x not in standard form. Also, if you have like 4 plus, also if you had x squared plus x cubed, not in standard form. Basically, if you're not going from highest power to lowest, you're doing it wrong, baby. You're doing it wrong. All right. But once you do have it in standard form, we can go over two important things. We're gonna go over leading coefficient and that's basically the coefficient of the first term in a polynomial written in standard form. All right, so basically if you have 7x squared plus 3x plus minus minus 5. 7 is the leader, the leading coefficient. I'm going to call it LC for short, the leading coefficient. All right, and then next thing we're going to go over is called the constant term. Oh, we already went over the constant term. And then right here, this would be your constant term. All right, and we're basically done, guys. We're going to go over one more example, and then we're going to call it a day. So we have 8x cubed minus 2x squared plus x minus 1. All right, so the leading coefficient is 8. The degree of the polynomial is 3. The constant term is -1. Remember, when you're going over the coefficient, the leading coefficient in a constant term, if there's a negative sign in front of it, then you're gonna keep that. But other than that, we're done with this video. You're gonna have your assignment posted. Your assignment's gonna be posted on Schoology. I'll just write this down. Assignment on Schoology. I hope you don't hear any of the background noise. That's just my family. That's out of control. Sorry. Assignment. Oh no, not of Schoology. On Schoology. Stay safe. Bye, guys.